Have you ever gone through the phase where you couldn't just paint? Even though you love it, you just can't. You feel blocked. You keep waiting for that perfect moment, but it doesn't come. Hi, I'm Madhura, and today I want to talk about how to start painting after a break because I have been there too. Sometimes creative block isn't about not having ideas, it's about how we feel inside. Maybe life got busy, or you feel uninspired, or you compared your art with someone else and it doesn't feel good anymore. That's something which happened with me as well. So, what I'm trying to do today is I'm trying to experiment it without worrying the outcome. Here, I'm trying to fill my book with some simple strokes and I'm trying to experiment with the salt here. So, I'm just trying to sprinkle a little bit of salt to see what kind of texture it gives me. So, I'm using a beautiful mixture of ultramarine blue and quinacridone rose here, and I'm using a filbert brush. I'm trying to take inspiration from the lilac, though I'm not trying to exactly paint a lilac, but yeah, something closer and something more illustrative, which should give you an illusion of lilacs. Like I mentioned that I'm using ultramarine blue and quinacridone rose. So here I'm trying to play around with the proportions. Meaning I'm sometimes using more amount of ultramarine blue and sometimes more amount of quinacridone rose. That gives me variety of shades. Along with that, I'm trying to, paint the lilacs in different directions. So if you notice, all my lilacs aren't painting or directing towards one single direction. If you also notice that my strokes aren't very precise, or I'm not thinking a lot before making that stroke, because right now I'm not worried about the perfection. Here I'm just trying to let go that thought of being behind of something, or maybe I'm unable to paint, that fear of making bad painting. I just want to get over that, right? So that's what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make some loose quick strokes by playing around with the amount of quin rose and amount of ultramarine blue along with some quick swift strokes. Another point is while sprinkling the salt, you have to sprinkle it all over your paint, not in just one specific area, so that it could give you a beautiful texture. And yeah, make sure you do it when the color is in still wet state, because once it dries anyway, it's not going to give you the texture. So keep that point in mind. Okay, now I'll try to paint some small strokes for the lilac just to fill in the gaps. Again, same process, make the strokes, sprinkle a little bit of salt, and just change the tone and paint the next one. Now, once you complete this, just remove all the salt from the surface. And I'm trying to add some quick swift strokes here. So as you could see, the texture itself is trying to give you an illusion of all the tiny flowers that you usually see on the lilacs. Although for this specific exercise, I'm not trying to add any details to the flower. So I'm not going to worry a lot about how the flowers will look exactly. And now I'll just try to add the stem and connect all those small flowers to each other. Wherever needed, I'll try to add some green leaves as well, but totally depends on how much negative space or blank space you have in your painting. If you're watching this and it's been a while since you picked up your brushes, This is your sign that you need to do it again. Even one small painting can open up your heart again. I share gentle art prompts and art inspirations in my email letters. If you would like to nudge to paint again, link is in the description. I would love to stay connected there. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.